Welcome, I'm Chuck Hughes, and I want to thank you for joining me today. I have a special program planned I think you're really going to enjoy. Now, I know you're probably going to have some questions, so if you do have a question, just go ahead and type it into the chat box on this page. I can't promise I'll answer your exact question during the training because so many people are with us today, but at the end of the training, I'll answer the most common questions that I receive about this training, okay? Now, let's start off with a quick roll call. Just type into the chat box your name, where you're from, and whether you consider yourself a beginner, intermediate, or advanced trader. Thanks, that will be helpful. Today, I'm going to teach you a little known trick I call GROW that literally eliminates trading risk and supercharges your potential return on every trade. Because GROW is unlike anything you've ever seen before, the way it seemingly defies gravity might seem impossible at first. But after you go through this training, you'll see that it's actually quite simple. So don't worry about the details right now. Just focus on the profit potential of this actual real-life GROW trade that costs just $350 to enter. If the stock price stays flat, you make a $422 profit. Or it goes up 10%, you make a $1,199 profit. And if it goes up 20%, you earn a profit of $1,976. What's more, if it goes down 20%, you earn $1,182. If the price goes down 40%, you make $2,737. And if it plummets 60%, you make a whopping $4,291. Now, you might think I call this trading phenomena GROW because you risk as little as $100 and grow it into an average profit of $1,200 to $5,200. But as you'll learn in a minute, GROW is actually an acronym for something even more amazing that most people know nothing about. Most trading strategies struggle to balance risk and reward, then hope for the best. But I'm going to show you how to actually eliminate risk. Sound impossible? Here's what Dan had to say. Chuck told me about this one strategy that takes practically no time at all to do and is so close to a sure thing it actually makes sense to bet the farm, as they say. And that's exactly what I did. Chuck doesn't recommend doing that, but I couldn't see any way to lose. So I scraped together every penny I could get my hands on and I went all in. And before I was done, I had a cool $1.5 million in profits. I don't recommend you bet the farm like Dan did, but I do encourage you to stay with me all the way to the end of this training session and see for yourself how GROW has brought instant trading success to members of the Hughes Wealth Creation Alliance, and it can absolutely do the same for you. Over the past 17 years, and despite 2 financial disasters, the trading secrets I'm going to share with you today have amassed a whopping profit of $9.1 million without a single losing year, not one. And please note, these are live trading profits we're talking about. Nothing is simulated, hypothetical, or hyped up in any way. In fact, everything you're going to see today is actual, factual money in the bank. I'm even going to show you my brokerage statements and my tax returns to prove it. Eric G. in Wisconsin said, what was really authentic about Chuck was that he included his actual account statements in all his materials. Obviously, he really is a successful trader. So I bought his book and video, and I've followed him ever since. His methods are very simple, they're easy to execute, and they work. Even a brand new trader should do well. Actually, optioneering works so well, it's backed by a $100,000 performance guarantee. In case you don't know me or anything about my background, let me quickly tell you a little bit about myself. So, number one, you'll know you can absolutely 100% trust everything I'm about to share with you in this training session. And secondly, so you'll realize you definitely can do this. You don't need any kind of special aptitude, prior experience, or even much money to make this powerful wealth creation trick work for you. I didn't study finance at Wharton or work as an intern at Goldman Sachs. I went into the Air Force and became a pilot. So my background is nothing like the suits on Wall Street. And when I get out of the military, I became a commercial pilot. flying passenger-filled jumbo jets halfway around the world. And I've got to tell you, despite the tremendous responsibility, being a commercial pilot truly is a dream job. Not only is traversing the heavens at 30,000 feet a very cool way to spend your day, but I also got 15 to 17 days off each month, and that's pretty cool too. On the other hand, it's a career that provides very little job security. For one reason or another, the majority of pilots never reach mandatory retirement. A fact I found very worrisome because I had a wife and 6 kids to feed, clothe, and educate, so I decided I needed a backup plan. As a matter of fact, in today's world, I think everybody needs a reliable source of income other than their job. Wouldn't you agree? Here's what Dr. David V. in Washington said about having backup income. Being a physician for more than 20 years, I never even considered doing anything else. But then, 2 years ago, I ran into health problems that kept me from working for a while. And doctors don't make any income unless they're working. So it was a real wake-up call. I have got to have a way to create wealth outside of medicine. I was intrigued by the fact that the majority of 1%ers in the United States make their billions in the stock market. So I started reading everything I could find on trading the markets. I read books on fundamental analysis and books on technical analysis. And I studied up on economic cycles, you name it. I devoured everything I could find on the stock market until one day it hit me. You don't need to know all kinds of financial stuff to make money in the stock market. The important thing is to trade stocks that have the greatest profit potential. And equities making new 52-week highs is a great place to start your selection. For a free 52-week high listing, you can go to barchart.com. Click on Stocks or ETFs. Then click Market Pulse and choose 52-week high for a complete list of the candidates. Then zero in on stocks trading for $70 or more, because once a stock hits the $70 range, it has a good chance of going to $100 or more. And finally, since much of a stock's price movement can be tracked to the industry that it's in, click Sectors, then Industry Groups for a complete list sorted by weighted strength. Look how strong anything medical is right now. Anacor Pharmaceuticals is looking better all the time. Here's what Eric G., a WCA member, said about my strategies. Chuck's strategies aren't based on some complicated algorithm. They're based on how the market works. For instance, stocks making a new 52-week high are in a powerful uptrend and tend to continue making new highs. So, you should buy stocks making a new high. Makes sense, right? And I discovered combining a few simple indicators I'll tell you about in a minute produces a crystal clear, almost radar-like picture of optimum entry points. But the biggest breakthrough of all came when I discovered the incredible wealth-creating power of options, which is pretty evident. This actual statement from one of my brokerage accounts shows over $1.3 million in open trade profits in my option portfolio. If you've never traded options before, let me tell you 3 reasons I think you should at least give it a try. To begin with, trading options is super simple to do. It's just like trading stocks, and you can do it in almost any account, including IRAs. Second, you need very little money to earn tremendous profits because each option holds the earning power of 100 shares of stock. And third, without options, there's no way for you to create trades that simply cannot lose, which I'm going to teach you how to do in a minute. When I saw how well my virtual radar worked for trading options, I got so excited I scraped together $4,600, which is all I could manage at the time. I opened up a trading account and started cranking out profits like crazy. Starting with just $4,600, my first year trading profits totaled over $69,000. See what I mean about needing very little money to earn tremendous profits? And as my account grew, so did my profits, and yours will too. Add it up. See how I earned a whopping $391,000 in year 2. Thanks to my virtual radar and the wealth-creating power of options, in just 2 years, I made more than $460,000 in actual trading profits. When Vertigo abruptly ended my career as a commercial pilot, I already earned far more money as a part-time trader than I did as a full-time pilot. And my trading methods were a lifesaver for the doc, too. Dr. David V's account is already up 50%. Knowing Chuck's reputation and looking at his methodology, I thought it was something I could do pretty easily, so I signed up. Following his recommendations, the profits started rolling in right away. My trading account is already up 50%, and growth is really accelerating fast. As you can imagine, being retired left me with loads of free time on my hands. So I threw myself into trading with full-time enthusiasm, and under the trademark Hughes Optioneering, I developed a series of advanced option strategies scientifically engineered to win big and wipe out losses, grow being one of them. And I established the Hughes Wealth Creation Alliance to help traders of every level achieve the wealth they deserve. Giles Kay in Florida, a fellow airline pilot, said this about his WCA experience. The airline I work for has gone through 2 bankruptcies, and consequently they terminated my pension. I literally lost over $1.5 million in retirement funds, and in just 8 years I'll be facing mandatory retirement. So you can see why I felt so lucky to discover Chuck Hughes. So now my retirement fund is growing. I've been able to give more money to my church and other charitable organizations, and I'm encouraging my 25-year-old daughter to get involved so she can make her lifestyle easier and happier for herself and my grandchildren. I guess you could say the Wealth Creation Alliance is creating somewhat of a legacy, and that makes my wife and I both very happy. I am positively thrilled by the way the Hughes Wealth Creation Alliance is restoring the shattered dreams of men and women everywhere. Alliance members from all walks of life and varying levels of experience have become overnight successes, and you absolutely can too. All you have to do is join the Wealth Creation Alliance and follow the word-for-word trade suggestion you receive by email, and you can expect to win on roughly 8 out of 10 trades, with an average profit of around 684% and an average loss of just 21%. In other words, here's your losses over here, and all the rest are glorious profits, backed by a $100,000 performance guarantee. And best of all, the emails are so read them to your broker simple, you can bite into this delicious money pie on day one as a WCA member without even knowing a single strategy. So you'll have all the time and money you need to do whatever makes you happy. And if you want to learn how to fish for yourself, I'll teach you how. In fact, I'm going to give you your first lesson in just a minute for free. Another thing I did was start entering the same live trading competition that brought Larry Williams instant fame back in the 1980s. And I'm happy to say I've won more times than anyone else in history. For example, last year I won first place with a 309% actual return. And the year before I took second place with a 339% return. And please realize this is audited performance using real money. I'm telling you this because I want you to know what I'm sharing with you today has outperformed all other trading systems under every kind of market condition there is. No brag, just fact. And the reason I've been more successful than most other traders is because Hughes Optioneering overcomes the 5 fatal mistakes most traders make. The first fatal mistake is trying to predict market turns. Believe me, trying to pick tops and bottoms is a loser's game for sure. Chasing the market is the second fatal mistake many traders make, and they end up getting whipsawed out of every last dime in their account. Staying in a failing trade, hoping for a reversal of fortune, is the third fatal mistake. Way too many traders let their winners turn into losers and hold on to small losses until they become fatal. Taking profits too soon is a fourth potentially fatal error. Traders scarred by memories of staying in a loser too long often exit their winners way too soon, cheating themselves out of the profits they need to make up for past losses. And the most fatal error of all, most traders let their emotions get the better of them. Well, all that stops right now, because Hughes Optioneering automatically eliminates all 5 fatal trading errors. And that's why Hughes Optioneering has amassed $9.1 million in profits in 17 years without a single losing year. Yet, it's so simple, just about anyone can do it. Ann in New Jersey tells us this about her success. I knew I had to start investing, but was unsure how to go about it. Everything out there seemed complicated and confusing. Then a friend introduced me to your strategies. The strategies are easy to use, and best of all, they really work. Just look at my portfolio statement. All 13 trades are winners. I have a $35,000 profit and an average return of 127% over the past 5 weeks. Not bad for a beginner. Not bad at all. Simple as simple can be. Prime Trade Select will get you into one winning trade after another. Then Grow kicks in, and every profitable trade quickly becomes bulletproof. What's more, you don't need to constantly monitor the markets or even set protective stops. It's literally set it and forget it. I promise this is something you won't find anywhere else. Steve T. in Illinois said this about my advisory. I've been in a lot of different advisory groups, and Chuck Hughes' system is the tops by far. He's got a technique for investing that you don't find anywhere else. I was in a spread trade for Nu Skin this past fall, and I traded on the market's money. So I didn't even have any of my own money in it, and I made a profit of $16,162. Then there was another one on Chipotle Mexican Grill that brought me $41,000. And I made over a $36,000 profit on Apple. With the results I've been getting, I'll be a long-time follower now. That's for sure. So let's start by taking a look inside my virtual profit-seeking radar. We start with a simple daily bar chart, which you can get for free on the internet. Then, to determine the power trend, we add two exponential moving averages, the 50-day and the 100-day. If the 50-day EMA is above the 100-day, the stock is in an uptrend, and if the 50-day is below the 100-day, the stock is in a downtrend. And you can see this stock began trending up right here. Next, we add on-balance volume, which is like a pressure gauge. An upward sloping OBV line indicates strong buying pressure. And last of all comes our Keltner channels, which indicate trading range. And here's my three-step process. Step number 1 is to determine the price trend, and we can see that Cigna is definitely in a strong uptrend. Step 2, confirm the price trend and measure its strength. The upward sloping OBV line tells us there's strong buying pressure, which will help to sustain the price uptrend. That takes care of fatal mistake number 1. And finally, in step 3, we find a low-risk entry point. Not wishing to chase the market, I like to buy stocks and call options when the price is trading near the lower Keltner channel. And there goes fatal mistake number 2. That's it, just 3 easy steps. So simple, yet so powerful. The Wealth Creation ETF portfolio has an average return of 179% without using any leverage at all. Now, let's add the incredible wealth-creating power of options. Dr. Jack in South Carolina said this about one of his trades. I remember my first optioneering trade. It was the most amazing thing. I bought 30 option contracts, and the next day the stock went up $10. I made nearly $30,000 in profits in just one day, and that's after paying the brokers. It can be very exciting. Like Dr. Jack said, Hughes Optioneering is both amazing and exciting. I know there are a lot of folks who want to start trading options and are wondering if there is a way to profit from the tremendous leverage without taking a lot of risk, which is perfectly understandable. If you want to grow a small account into a large account, you cannot take big risks and possibly wipe out your entire account with one wrong move. So I'm going to teach you a little optioneering trick I call GROW, which stands for Guaranteed Real Optioneering Winners. And it transforms option trading from one of the riskiest investments into one of the very safest investments. This actual GROW portfolio has an average open profit of 236% as of right now. And whether the market goes up or down, that profit will increase. We'll take a closer look at this risk-free portfolio in a minute, and you'll see right away how GROW leads to the peace of mind we all deserve So let's get started. If you're brand new to options, all you need to know right now is this. Call options give you the right to buy an equity at the specified strike price. Put options give you the right to sell an equity at the specified strike price. Think of it this way. If you want something, you call it over. If you don't want something, you put it back. So, you buy call options if you think the market is going up, and you buy put options if you think the market is going down. Makes sense, right? For now, please don't worry about the jargon or try to figure out how the grow phenomenon is even possible. Everything will become crystal clear in a few minutes. But for right now, I want you to just focus on the profit potential. The upside down way we combine a deep in the money call option with an at the money put option to create incredible grow trades that simply cannot lose is something even experienced option traders have never seen before. So you may be wondering, how can I be so sure of the profit potential? And that's easy. Optioneering calculators are never wrong. See for yourself. If the stock price goes up 20%, the spread is going to make a 564% profit. And if the stock price goes down 20%, this spread is going to earn 337%. And if the stock price stays flat, you're going to make a 120% return on your investment. You simply cannot lose. Bob in Mississippi said this about the WCA calculators. Some people think options are risky, but that's not really the case, especially if you use Chuck's calculators. It's like the what if programs I used as a directional driller. Oil companies have a lot of money at stake. They don't follow hunches. Chuck's calculators serve the same purpose. Instead of guessing, they indicate what to expect under various conditions, giving you a bit of certainty before entering the trade. We've got $869 invested in this XLP spread trade. This is an open trade, and I don't know yet what the market's going to do in the days ahead. But I do know that if XLP stays flat, this trade will earn a profit of $220. If it goes up 10%, it'll earn $759. And if it goes up 20%, it'll earn $1,289 guaranteed. And if the price goes down, it'll still earn $31, which is a heck of a lot better than a loss. But wait, we're just getting warmed up. This trade, which is also open, has a cost of $667, and it will earn $883 if the stock stays flat, $1,713 if the stock price goes up 10%, and $2,543 if the stock price goes up 20%. That's a 381% return on your $660 investment. Meanwhile, if the stock drops 5%, you earn $468. And if it plunges 50%, you'd earn a whopping $5,033. You can't lose. Our investment in this spread is $512. And if Johnson & Johnson stock goes up 20%, which is very possible considering it's in a soaring industry, you'd earn a profit of 549%. On the flip side, if some mishap caused J&J to plunge 20%, you'd earn a profit of 378%. You can't lose. Let me show you just one more of our open trades. Since our investment in Verizon is so small, the percentage returns on this one are truly astronomical. If you've never traded options before, and if you're dumbfounded by the training you're about to receive, let me assure you, you don't need to know any of this. Because, although membership is normally closed, since you attended my webinar, you're invited to join the exclusive Hughes Wealth Creation Alliance today. All you have to do is click the Join Now icon below the screen, and you'll receive trade suggestions by email you can enter online or read word for word to your broker. Bob and Myra in Mississippi want to challenge my World Trading Championship record. Some of the members we've talked to just take Chuck's trade recommendations and don't even look at the calculators. They're doing well though. Yes, they're doing well, but I'm trying to get where I can find my own trades and make at least 200% a year. I can already make 100% or so. We've been doing that for the past 3 or 4 years. but my goal is to make 200% or 300%. Bob wants to be a champion trader like Chuck. Well, no one expects to compete with Chuck's win record, but I'd like to win at least once. Chuck's done all the groundwork and he gives you all the tools. There's nothing left to do but internalize what's happening and follow through with action. Bob's right. When you join the Hughes Wealth Creation Alliance, you get all the education, tools, and support you could possibly want or need to win. To begin with, if you follow the word-for-word trade suggestion you receive by email, you can expect to win roughly on 8 out of 10 trades, with an average profit of around 684% and an average loss of just 21%. You'll also receive the Grow course that contains everything you need to know if you want to grow a small account into a large account, and maybe even $1 million fortune. The Fast Track 3-part DVD collection will be your window into the optioneering mindset. And very soon, you should become an optioneering master yourself. The Optioneering Toolbox gives you exclusive access to 8 powerful profit calculators to save time, eliminate error, determine trade outcome, allowing you to enter trades with the greatest profit potential. The Optioneering Toolbox is available to WCA members only. These calculators are not available anywhere else under any conditions. You'll have access to bi-weekly videos that educate, entertain, bolster your confidence, keep you motivated, and empower you to earn while you learn, starting on day one. And the entire Hughes Optioneering team, myself included, is always on hand to answer your question and lend support. Myra said this about the WCA advisory support. Chuck's always been so helpful too. Anytime we've had a question, we can email and Chuck answers back, usually within 1 day. It's nice that you can get a response from Chuck directly. You know you're getting the right answer. It's all very personal and makes you feel special. As an Alliance member, you are special, and I'll make sure you get the special attention you need to become wildly successful. So if the training I'm about to give you now seems a bit too overwhelming, no worries. Just click Join Now, become an Alliance member, and earn while you learn at your own pace. And now, let's get on with the training. As we discussed earlier, Cigna stock has passed our prime trade select criteria for a low risk opportunity to buy the stock or call options, and we want to buy the call option. The price of an option has 2 components, the intrinsic value and the time value. Time value is the premium cost in excess of the intrinsic value, and it erodes a little each day until option expiration. Intrinsic value is the difference between the option strike price and the current stock price. A call option with a $65 strike price would give you the right to buy 100 shares of Cigna stock for $65 a share, which is $1.71 less than the current stock price of $66.71. So the intrinsic value is $1.71. Call options with a strike price higher than the stock price are out of the money and have no intrinsic value at all, so of course they're cheaper. But does that make them a good deal? What most people don't realize is the more intrinsic value an option has, the less decaying time value is built in. So we paid 17 points or $1,700 for a deep in the money 50 strike call option. Now let's do the math. The option strike price is 50. The option costs 17 points, so our break-even price for the stock is $67. The current stock price is $66.71, so all we need is a 29-cent increase in the stock price to break even on the option and to start profiting on the option. That's a stock price move of just 0.4%. Compare that to a 65 strike call that costs $289, but requires almost 5 times as much upward move in the stock price to break even. And if the stock closes below 65, you would incur a 100% loss on the option. And for a $70 out of the money call, you need a price move in the stock of almost $4 just to break even on the trade. And if the stock doesn't reach 70, you would incur a 100% loss on the option. To avoid fatal error number 3, if the price of our option were to drop by 20%, we'd start looking to get out before it hits 30%. But that doesn't happen often. After many years of trying to hit home runs, by investing in cheap out-of-the-money options and having way too many options expire worthless, I settled on this optioneering 1% rule for winning. Never buy an option that requires the stock to increase in value more than 1% in order to break even on the option trade. 1% is like nothing. Here's how many points each underlying stock in our option portfolio needs to move up in price, and here's the average monthly trading range for each stock. Look at the small fraction of the normal range these stocks have to move for our trades to become profitable. No wonder profitability is practically guaranteed. Steve in Virginia, a longtime WCA member, said this about the advisory. I remember a Google trade I had 1 or 2 contracts on, and it was mixed in with some others that were all doing really well too. My entire account went up 25 to 30% in just a few weeks. So, 3 weeks later, Cigna stock is trading at $72.50, $1.18 higher than the upper Keltner channel. So, what should you do? Should you take profits in case there's a sudden correction? Or stay in because buying pressure remains so strong? Do you flip a coin? Heck no. Steve in Virginia said this about the advisory. You have your optioneering rules of the trade and you just follow them. If it's time to get out, you get out. And if you should stay in and keep going, then you do that. In this case, we don't want to fall for fatal error number 4. So let those profits run. But add a safety net with a cheap 72.5 put option. A put option is the opposite of a call option. A put with a 65 strike price would give you the right to sell 100 shares of Cigna stock for $65 a share, which is less than the stock is trading for, so it has no intrinsic value. Puts with a strike price higher than the stock price are in the money and have intrinsic value equal to the strike price minus the current stock price. So now the cheap 72.5 put gives you the right to sell the stock at $72.50, no matter how low the price may go, and your upside profit potential remains unlimited. And that's the trick I call grow. With guaranteed real optioneering winners, you no longer have to worry about protective stops, bad earnings reports, or any kind of down move at all, because you simply cannot lose. Let's look at a few more examples of actual grow trades. QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF, gave us a low-risk buy opportunity, so we bought a deep-in-the-money September call option for $779. Once the market moved in our direction, we consulted our trusty Grow calculator, and we bought a 116 strike put option to lock in profits. Now, if the QQQ goes up in price, our call option will appreciate in value, and if the Qs go down, our put option will appreciate. So our net profit will be at least $707, which is a 79.2% return. But if the QQQ goes up 10%, we'll make a profit of $1,825. If it goes up 20%, we make $2,981. And if it goes down 20%, we'll make a nice profit of $1,457. Fast forward to option expiration, and the QQQ is essentially trading at the same price as when we bought our put option. So we had a nice profit of $801 on our call and a small $28 loss on our put for a net gain of $773. We legged into this realty income trade the same way. And once again, we can't lose. This time, our lowest profit potential occurs if the market plunges 20%. And as you can see, the price actually did go down about 3%, but we still made a nice profit of $529. Isn't it nice to know you can't lose? And one last trade I want to share with you is VNQ, the Vanguard Real Estate Investment Trust ETF. Once again, the lowest profit potential occurs with a flat market. This time, both the call option and the put option made money. Pretty cool, huh? But wait, there's more. At option expiration time, Cigna stock was selling for $77.84, and buying pressure was still strong. We're making way too much money to get out now, so what do? Let them roll. At option expiration, all in-the-money options are automatically exercised. So, if you don't want to own the stock, you must either take your profits or roll over to a new option. When you roll over an option, you sell to close the expiring option and buy to open the new option. But with most online brokers, you can roll the spread with a single mouse click and reduce commission costs to boot, just like we do here at Hughes Optioneering. Here's a snapshot of our current Grow portfolio that lists our Grow trades, buying deep in the money calls with at the money puts and rolling them over at expiration, producing risk-free triple-digit profits, averaging 262% and growing, no pun intended. It's because of defensive, can't-lose strategies like Grow that Hughes Optioneering has outperformed all other trading systems in soaring markets, plunging markets, and sideways markets too. And it's because of defensive strategies like Grow that Alliance members had an opportunity to amass $9.1 million in profits. Now, maybe you can too. You could take everything you've learned so far in this training and go and implement it yourself. Scan for stocks and ETFs with the utmost profit potential. Select extremely low-risk profit opportunities. Buy options with the greatest chance of being profitable. Lock in profits, eliminate risk, and supercharge potential returns without the help of the optioneering calculators. And if you did everything you learned in this training session, you could eliminate 4 out of the 5 fatal errors most traders make and be much more successful than most other traders. But overcoming the most fatal error of all on your own is going to be tough. I think you know that. That's why I decided to temporarily open WCA enrollment for folks attending this training session. All you have to do is click the Join Now icon on this web page, and you'll receive word-for-word trade recommendations via email, the complete Grow course, the 3-part Fast Track DVD collection, the exclusive Optioneering Toolbox, bi-weekly training videos, and all the support you could possibly need or want. I have a full-time support team of professional traders working with me in my office in California. They are here to answer your questions and help you succeed. If you have a question about a particular trade or a strategy, let us know. Every question is important to us, no matter how simple or complicated you think it is. And that's how you overcome the most fatal error of all. This unique combination of optioneering strategies, education, and helpful support has empowered thousands of men and women to achieve instant success. So why not you? Dan in Naples said this about retiring in Florida. So far, I've raked in over $1.5 million in profits, and I'm still going strong. I have my tax returns to prove it. I bought my dream home in Florida, and I'm having so much fun, I never want to stop doing this. To Chuck, I want to say, thank you for generously sharing your money-making opportunity and making my golden years solid gold. And to everyone listening, I want to say, even if you've never made a penny before, these methods can help you make money hand over fist and have a great time doing it. Like Dan said, the Wealth Creation Alliance is probably the first real opportunity you've ever had to create a legacy of wealth for yourself and your family. Please don't pass it up. Dr. David is happy with WCA. It's the best investment I ever made. The WCA members you heard from today paid 3 times as much to join as you'll pay today. Yet, everyone seems to agree it was the best investment they ever made. Consider the tremendous value of everything you get. Subscribers to my advisory services generally pay $5,000 to $6,000 a year. The Guaranteed Real Optioneering Winners Course, 3-part Fast Track DVD, 8 powerful profit calculators, bi-weekly training videos, and unlimited support that can't be bought anywhere and is priceless. So you can see that the usual membership price of $2,997 is already a bargain. But I'm going to do something extra special for you today. For a very limited time, I'm going to give you an instant discount of $1,000. Plus, I'm going to pay for your second year's membership. So, for just one payment of $1,997, you'll enjoy all the wealth-creating benefits of membership for 2 full years. In other words, you can enjoy all the privileges of membership for less than the cost of a daily cup of coffee. Easily affordable for just about anybody, wouldn't you say? There is one catch. Enrollment will only be open for a very brief period, because once we hit our limit of new members, this offer will shut down. I want every member of the Wealth Creation Alliance to receive world-class service. And new members often require and deserve a bit of extra care. So as soon as I think my team is reaching capacity in the number of new members we can assist, this offer will close so we can focus on working with our new members. Depending on the size of your account, you could easily cover the cost of your investment after just a few trades. So you do not want to miss out. So go ahead and click the Join Now button on this page. Clicking the button does not obligate you to anything. You'll just be directed to another web page with additional information about the offer. For example, you'll learn all about my over-the-top $100,000 performance guarantee. You've got to be curious about that. So please, click Join Now while you can still get in. This is Chuck Hughes. I want to thank you for joining me today and wish you the best in investing success. Do you have a question I haven't answered yet? If so, stay with me as I address the most common questions new members seem to have. Once your question is answered, go ahead and click the Join Now button on this web page to secure your spot. The first question on everybody's mind is, can anyone really do this, even me? And the answer is yes, absolutely. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No matter what you may have tried before, I promise you this time will be different, because as a member of the Hughes Wealth Creation Alliance, we're in this together. Word-for-word trade recommendations make it quick and easy for you to operate at peak performance, even when you have very little time or interest in thinking about the markets. My bi-weekly videos, rich with exciting new content, will keep you inspired and highly motivated. My plain English, easy-to-follow Grow course and proprietary optioneering toolbox will empower you to find winning profit opportunities on your own and relish the pride and satisfaction of being an unofficial trading champion in your own right. And knowing the entire Hughes Optioneering team, myself included, is always on hand to answer your questions and lend support will give you the steadfast confidence you need to become wildly successful. Remember, the strategies you'll be using are scientifically optioneered to win big and wipe out losses. And that's the fastest, safest, surest way I know to secure your financial future. But membership is strictly limited. I want to make sure as a new member you get all the confidence-building support you may need. So I refuse to overload our member support team with new members. Therefore, as soon as we hit our limit of new members, this offer will shut down. So I'd encourage you to click the Join Now button right away. Read about the $100,000 performance guarantee and secure your spot while you can. Next question, can I use my regular brokerage account for this? And the answer once again is absolutely yes. Any account in which you can trade stocks, you can trade the optioneering growth strategy too. You can even use your IRA account like I do. Even if your IRA broker has told you in the past that you can't trade options, a quick phone call or email should get your account approved for level 1 or level 2 option trading, which is all you need. Because despite the incredible wealth creating power of Grow, there are no complicated or exotic option strategies involved. And it's a much safer way than most people trade stocks, because every trade is scientifically optioneered to win big and wipe out losses. Optioneering strategies are positively the fastest, safest, and surest way I know to grow your IRA as well as your traditional brokerage accounts. So the smartest thing you could possibly do for your financial future is to click the Join button now and make sure you get in before the special enrollment period is closed. Next question, do I need a large trading account to make this program work? No, you do not need a big account to make Grow work for you. In fact, you don't even need a trading account to get started, because you can start by paper trading the recommendations. Of course, before long, you'll want to turn those paper profits into real profits you can spend or reinvest. Then you'll need some money. But how much is up to you. Remember, I started with just $4,600 myself, and I earned more than $460,000 my first 2 years of trading. With guaranteed real optioneering winners, you risk as little as $100 and grow it into an average profit of $1,200 to $5,200. So start big or start small, but for heaven's sakes, start now. Imagine the peace of mind you'll enjoy with the Hughes Wealth Creation Alliance helping you win big, wipe out losses, and secure your financial future once and for all, backed by a $100,000 performance guarantee. So go ahead, put your doubts aside, and click join now. You'll be glad you did, I promise. Next question, why haven't I heard about the Wealth Creation Alliance before now? The Hughes Wealth Creation Alliance is an exclusive membership program available by invitation only. Because of something you recently did, you earned the privilege of learning the incomparable growth strategy, start to finish, for free. Then by attending the webinar and staying on to the end, you distinguished yourself as a trader most likely to succeed, and therefore you earned an invitation to join the Wealth Creation Alliance. Time, place, and circumstance has resulted in this invitation for you to join the Wealth Creation Alliance today, so you can secure your financial future with tremendous risk-free profits that simply cannot lose. If it's never happened for you before, you might want to think twice before you risk the possibility that, first of all, enrollment will close before you secure your position, and second, your first invitation will also turn out to be your last, and you never get another chance to learn how to scientifically optioneer trades to win big and wipe out losses. Really, since your deeply discounted 67% off membership fee is backed by a $100,000 performance guarantee, your greatest risk is the risk of missing out. Please don't let that happen. It could very well be now or never. So click join now and let me help you get from where you are financially right now to where you want to be practically overnight. Next question, will this program support an active, carefree retirement? It sure can. The WCA members you heard from today are living, breathing proof. The Wealth Creation Alliance will empower you to reach your financial goals no matter how lofty they may be. And really, if not this, then what? Nothing, that's what. Because the real truth is this: can't lose option trades that are scientifically optioneered to win big and wipe out losses are your fastest, safest, surest way to gain the perfect combination of all the time and all the money you could possibly need to do whatever makes you happy. For example, remember when Bob talked about hoping to earn the glory of winning the World Trading Championship? I've won a record-breaking 8 times already. And Giles went on and on about how happy he and his wife are that the Wealth Creation Alliance is helping them create a legacy of wealth, not only for themselves, but also to benefit their daughter, their grandchildren, and their church. And how about Dan? He said he raked in over $1.5 million, bought his dream house in Florida, and is having so much fun he never wants to stop doing this. After all you've seen and heard today, I hope you realize this invitation to join the Wealth Creation Alliance is an exciting opportunity the likes of which you've never had before and will probably never have again. Plus, it's backed by an amazing $100,000 performance guarantee. So please, click the Join Now button and let's get you started. Next question, what makes this safer than the way most people trade stocks? Grow is safer than trading stocks because your initial investment is a small fraction of the cost to buy stocks, and your risk is strictly limited, which is not the case with buying stocks. And most important, profitable trades quickly become bulletproof. Without the power leverage and protective characteristics of options, there is no way for stock traders to ever win big and wipe out losses. Only Grow can do that. With Grow, you don't need to constantly monitor the markets or even set protective stops. It's literally set it, forget it, and your profits are guaranteed. If you thought there were no guarantees in life, you'd be happy to know there are. But if you want those guarantees, you have to join now. Next question, if Grow is so great, why isn't everybody using this strategy? Most people don't know about it. Simple as it is, Grow is a strategy known to market insiders and more sophisticated investors. And they're not telling the everyday retail trader anything. But even if they did, without the exclusive WCA toolbox of calculators, you'd have no way to determine your profit potential before you even enter the trade, which is very cool, believe me. If you want to trade like a savvy insider and almost always make money, all you have to do is click Join Now. Follow each trade recommendation word for word, and with stress-free ease, proceed to win big, wipe out losses, and secure your financial future. You know that's what you want. So go ahead and do it now. Next question. Won't so many people taking the same trade recommendations move the market? No, we concentrate on stocks and ETFs with high volume and therefore the most liquidity, and only a limited number of people will be admitted to the Wealth Creation Alliance. So our impact won't even be noticed by the market. It's only your bank account that will feel the impact, and it's all good. As you just saw with your own eyes, we're talking $9 million in live trading profits with never a down year and a $100,000 performance guarantee. What more could you possibly ask for? But you're going to miss your chance if you don't click Join Now before it's too late. Next question. Will this work under current market conditions? Most definitely. Since there's always a stock making a new 52-week high, there are always a number of big winners in our Grow portfolio. In a bull market, you'll find options on stocks and ETFs. In a bear market, you'll find commodity and currency ETFs. And most of all, in a bear market, we'll trade inverse ETFs that go up when the underlying ETF goes down. For example, on September 15, 2008, the first day of the worst U.S. financial crisis since the Great Depression, Prime Trade Select already had WCA members positioned in ultra-short ETFs. So as the Dow dropped 504 points in a single day, I made a nice profit of $33,350. Guaranteed Real Optioneering Winners empowers you to win big and wipe out losses, regardless of market conditions, which is precisely why my advisory services have never had a losing year, and I've won more World Trading Championships than any other trader in history. So, if you want to win big, even when nearly everyone else is crying the blues, you know what you need to do. Click Join Now. And the last of the top 10 things I hear from new members is, what guarantee do I have that I'll make money? Well, let me start by saying, how much money you make depends on you. I encourage you to start trading the recommendations in a simulated account so you can get the feel of placing your trades and whatnot. But the simple fact is, while you'll be getting a great education, you can't make real money until you invest actual dollars. Only you can determine how long that will take, and I don't want to rush you. So instead of guaranteeing how much money you will make, my $100,000 performance guarantee guarantees how much money the advisory service will make. Therefore, you potentially could make. Hence, the burden of proof is entirely on me. You don't have to do a single thing to enjoy your $100,000 performance guarantee, except click Join Now. Well, that's it for the top 10 questions. And once our new member limit is hit, that'll be it for this special invitation to enjoy all the wealth creating benefits of membership for less than the cost of a daily cup of coffee. So please put your doubts aside and do the one thing that truly can change your life. Click the Join button now. Once again, this is Chuck Hughes, and I want to thank you for listening. Now, let's go make you some money.